It's no secret that as we age, our bodies begin to change in ways that can feel frustrating or even frightening. One of the most noticeable and life-altering changes is the gradual weakening of our legs. Simple activities like climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, or walking to the mailbox can start to feel like uphill battles. For many older adults, this physical decline brings on a wave of loss, not just of strength, but of confidence, independence, and dignity. But here's the truth that doesn't get said enough. Your body is far more capable of change than you've been led to believe. Even after the age of 60, your legs can become stronger, steadier, and more reliable. All it takes is a little daily effort, the right kind of movement, and consistency. You don't need a gym, you don't need fancy machines, and you don't need to train like an athlete. What you need is a simple, focused approach to rebuild strength where it matters most: your legs. In this video, we're going to introduce you to 3 of the simplest, safest, and most effective leg exercises specifically designed for seniors. These exercises don't require special equipment. They won't leave you gasping for air, but they will restore the muscle power, stability, and confidence you need to live life on your own terms. Each movement is grounded in science and real-world results, and we'll break down exactly how and why each one works. We'll begin with the foundation of all lower body strength, the sit-to-stand movement. Then we'll move on to step-ups, which mimic the natural action of stair climbing. Finally, we'll conclude with a simple yet powerful balance and lift movement that strengthens stabilizer muscles and helps prevent falls. If you stay with us to the end, you'll not only know how to do these exercises, you'll understand how they fit together to rebuild your strength from the ground up. Ready to take the first step towards stronger legs and a more confident you? Press play and follow along. You've got nothing to lose and everything to regain. And if this kind of practical, empowering content is helpful to you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Stick with us through the end, and let's rebuild your strength together, safely, simply, and one movement at a time. So grab a sturdy chair, wear comfortable clothes, and make some space. This is your time, your movement, your comeback. Exercise 1, sit to stand, rebuilding the foundation of strength. The sit-to-stand exercise is often overlooked for its simplicity, but don't be fooled. It is the single most important movement for building foundational leg strength in seniors. Why? Because it replicates the everyday action of standing up from a chair or toilet, which is something we do multiple times a day. Losing the ability to do this movement independently is one of the top reasons older adults lose autonomy. By strengthening this pattern, we're not just building muscle, we're reinforcing your independence. Let's break it down. Sit-to-stand targets 2 critical muscle groups: your quadriceps, the muscles in the front of your thighs, and your gluteal muscles, your buttocks. These muscle groups are responsible for straightening your knees and extending your hips, which are required when you rise from a seated position. But beyond the obvious muscles, this movement also activates your core, your calves, and your hamstrings. It even improves circulation and balance. This is not just an exercise, it's a full-body reminder that you are capable of powerful movement. To begin, find a firm, stable chair with no wheels. Sit close to the edge with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Position your knees so they're aligned over your ankles. Now, scoot your feet back just slightly so they're underneath your knees, but not so far that it feels like a strain. Place your hands on your thighs or, if needed, on the armrests of the chair. Keep your back straight and look ahead, not down. Now here's where it gets intentional. Tighten your abdominal muscles, press through your heels, and slowly rise to a standing position. Use your leg strength, not momentum. Avoid rocking forward. As you rise, focus on squeezing your glutes and straightening your hips fully. Once standing, pause for a moment. Feel that sense of control, then slowly reverse the motion. Push your hips back, bend your knees, and return to a seated position with as much control as you can manage. The descent is just as important as the lift. That's 1 repetition, and it's a powerful one. In the beginning, aim for 10 repetitions, 2 to 3 times a day. If that's too much, start with 5. If standing is difficult, begin by using your arms for support. Over time, try to do the movement without your hands. This is your progression path. As you build strength, you can add difficulty by holding light weights, using a lower chair, or increasing your repetitions. But this isn't just about muscle fibers. Each time you perform the sit-to-stand exercise, you're retraining your nervous system. You're reminding your brain and body how to coordinate under pressure. That's why it's important to do the movement slowly, deliberately, and consistently. Fast, sloppy reps don't deliver results. They create bad habits. Common mistakes to watch out for include letting your knees cave inward, rounding your back, or pushing through your toes instead of your heels. Keep your spine neutral and your knees aligned with your toes. If your knees hurt during this exercise, check your form. Often, pain is caused by poor mechanics, not the movement itself. As you progress, you'll notice something incredible. Getting out of your chair becomes easier, walking feels smoother, your balance improves. This isn't a coincidence, it's the natural result of reinforcing a fundamental pattern that supports everything you do on your feet. Sit to stand may be basic, but in the world of aging gracefully, it's a powerhouse. It's the key to staying in your home longer, avoiding assistance, and feeling strong every time you rise. This is where your comeback starts. Now that we've rebuilt the foundation, let's climb a little higher. Exercise 2 is all about mastering stairs, and you're going to love what it does for your confidence. Exercise 2, lateral step-ups for hip stability and fall prevention. If there's one overlooked muscle that can silently determine whether you stay upright or lose your balance, it's the gluteus medius, the side glute. This muscle sits on the outer edge of your hips and is responsible for keeping your pelvis level when you walk, stand on one leg, or change direction. When it weakens, you begin to wobble without knowing why. Your knees buckle inward, your back compensates, your balance falters. And stairs? They become a hazard, not a convenience. But here's the good news. This muscle is incredibly responsive to targeted training. And you don't need machines or a gym. You need one small step, a stable surface for support, and a willingness to move with purpose. Let's set the stage. As we age, it's common to feel off when stepping sideways or climbing stairs at an angle. That's your gluteus medius quietly begging for attention. The muscle has one main job, stabilizing the pelvis during single-leg activity. Every time you lift one foot to step or walk, this muscle prevents your body from tipping sideways. If it's weak, your pelvis drops, your balance shifts, and your risk of falling multiplies. This is where the lateral step-up becomes your secret weapon. Start by finding a low, sturdy step, about 4 to 6 inches high, is perfect. A bottom stair works well too. Stand beside the step so that it's next to you, not in front. Place one foot on top of the step, ensuring it's flat and secure. Your foot should be aligned near the center, not too far forward or too far back. Hold on to a rail, wall, or countertop for balance support if needed. Now for the movement. Push down through the heel of the foot that's on the step. You'll feel the gluteus medius activate to pull your body up. Keep your chest lifted, your hips square, and your eyes forward. Once both feet are on the step, pause. Then step back down slowly and under control with the same foot that stepped up last. It sounds simple, but this small motion targets muscles that most people don't even realize they're neglecting. And when you train it consistently, the improvement in stability is dramatic. What sets this exercise apart is its ability to train balance and strength simultaneously. You're not just working muscles, you're retraining your nervous system to respond better to lateral movement. That's essential for real-world scenarios. catching yourself if you stumble sideways, navigating uneven terrain, or shifting direction while walking. Let's talk about form, because how you do this matters more than how many reps you do. Most people make the mistake of leaning their torso to one side to help themselves up. That's not help. It's a shortcut. Instead, keep your torso tall and focus on the leg that's doing the lifting. That's where the work and the benefit should be concentrated. If you feel yourself wobbling, reduce the height of the step or use more support. Stability first, then progression. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on each side, 2 to 3 rounds per day. But remember, it's not a race. The key is control. Lift up with intention, lower down with precision. This is how real strength and balance are built. Let's zoom out and understand why this matters so much for older adults. When your side glutes weaken, your knees start collapsing inward. That puts extra pressure on the joints, especially the inside of the knee, which accelerates wear and tear. You may start noticing discomfort or pain during simple activities like stepping out of a car, getting into bed, or even turning around in a narrow hallway. Over time, this compensation becomes habit, and habits become dysfunctional. Lateral strength also protects against one of the most common causes of senior injuries: unexpected sideways falls. Tripping over a rug, slipping on a wet floor, losing your footing on an uneven surface. These scenarios often involve a sideways motion, and if your body can't correct quickly enough, a fall is almost guaranteed. The lateral step-up retrains the body to respond quickly and accurately in these moments. The stronger your hip stabilizers, the more responsive your body becomes. You're not just exercising, you're building a silent shield around your mobility. Let's also not forget the neurological benefits. As you balance during the step-up, your brain is making thousands of micro-adjustments. These neural signals sharpen reaction time, improve joint coordination, and activate deep stabilizing muscles in the ankle, knee, and hip. This kind of functional movement creates a web of protection around your joints. It also sends a clear message to your brain: I'm capable, I'm adapting, I'm safe. Over time, you'll notice subtle improvements. You'll turn corners with more control. Stand longer without shifting your weight. Take stairs with more assurance. These small shifts add up, and they're often the difference between confidence and caution. Now let's address a common fear: the idea that if you're unsteady now, you'll always be that way. That's simply not true. Balance is not a fixed trait, it's a trainable skill. And the lateral step-up is one of the best tools in your arsenal. But consistency is key. Don't wait until a fall scares you into action. Start now, when you have the power to act preemptively. Even if it feels awkward at first, your body will adapt quickly, especially when movements are done mindfully and regularly. And here's an extra tip. If stairs feel too advanced or you're recovering from an injury, start with side leg lifts from a standing position. Stand tall, hold a chair for support, and gently lift one leg out to the side. Focus on keeping your hips level. Perform this slowly, holding for a second at the top, then lower with control. This is a great precursor to the lateral step-up and activates the same muscles in a safer, more controlled way. Eventually, as you feel stronger, you can progress to higher steps or even resistance bands around the thighs to increase intensity. But remember, the foundation is always form. Quality first, repetition second. In the world of fall prevention, lateral strength is often the missing link, and today you've filled that gap. By consistently practicing the lateral step-up, you're doing more than exercising. You're stabilizing your hips, protecting your knees, sharpening your nervous system, and most importantly, keeping your independence. Let's carry this momentum forward. In the next section, we'll build upon this new strength and address an even more powerful strategy for fall prevention: eccentric control, the key to safer stair descent and smoother movement downhill. Now, before we jump into the next powerful movement, I want you to pause for a moment and recognize something important. If you've made it this far into the video, you're already doing something 90% of people never do. You're taking control of your health. Not by buying a pill, not by chasing a fad, but by showing up, learning, and moving. And that choice? It matters. It matters more than most people realize. Every single rep you've done so far, every small adjustment to your posture, every muscle you've reactivated, those are signals to your body that you're not giving up, that you still have strength to build, stability to gain, and energy to reclaim. And here's the truth. Results come to those who stay consistent. Not perfect, just consistent. So here's what I want you to do. Scroll down and hit the like button if this video is helping you. Then take a moment and leave a comment with one word that describes how you're feeling right now. Stronger, inspired, hopeful, determined, anything. I read every single comment, and it helps us create more videos tailored to your journey. And if you haven't already, tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because what's coming next could be the difference between barely getting by and moving through life with freedom and confidence. You've got this. Let's get back to work. Exercise 3. Step downs with eccentric control, reclaiming stability and descending power. If you've ever found yourself hesitating at the top of a staircase, unsure of your footing as you begin to descend, you're not alone. Going downstairs requires more control, precision, and strength than most people realize. It's not just about stepping down, it's about managing the force of your body weight as gravity pulls you forward. This is where eccentric strength comes in, and that's exactly what Exercise 3 is designed to develop. Step downs with eccentric control are a powerful way to strengthen the very muscles responsible for controlled, safe movement. While most exercises focus on the push or concentric phase of a movement, eccentric training focuses on the break. Think of it like this. Concentric strength helps you stand up, but eccentric strength keeps you from falling down. It's the part of the muscle action that resists gravity, stabilizes your joints, and controls your body during movement, especially during descent. So why is eccentric strength critical for older adults? Because it prevents uncontrolled falls. It stabilizes your knees and hips, and it builds the very type of power that allows you to move with confidence, especially on stairs, curbs, and uneven ground. Let's look at how to do the exercise correctly. Start by standing on a step. This can be the bottom step of a staircase or a low step stool around 4 to 6 inches high. You'll begin with both feet on the step, facing forward. Use a railing or chair for balance if needed. Slowly, and I mean slowly, lower one foot to the ground in front of the step. The key here is to resist gravity, not just drop your leg. Let your working leg, the one still on the step, do the control work. You're lowering your body with precision, not momentum. The slower you go, the harder your muscles work, and the more strength you build. Once your foot touches the ground, don't shift your weight all the way onto it. Instead, press through your front elevated leg to return to the top of the step. Again, go slowly. Every inch of control matters. Repeat this 10 to 15 times per leg. If you're just starting, begin with 1 or 2 sets per day. As you get stronger, increase to 3 sets and consider using a higher step for added difficulty. Eventually, you can add a small weight, such as a dumbbell or weighted vest, to boost the intensity even more. Now let's talk about the muscles this targets. Step downs work your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves, but with an eccentric twist. This means your muscles are lengthening under tension. That's the magic formula for increasing strength and protecting your joints. And the benefits go far beyond just stronger legs. Eccentric training has been shown to improve joint health, reduce the risk of tendon injuries, and even stimulate more rapid muscle growth than standard exercises. For older adults, this is gold. It means you can gain strength and stability faster and with less strain on your joints than traditional resistance workouts. But there's another hidden benefit. Step downs also retrain your brain. The balance and coordination required to do this movement correctly activate your proprioceptive system, your body's built-in GPS. This system tells your brain where your limbs are in space, how much pressure you're applying, and how to respond quickly if you lose balance. As we age, this system naturally weakens. But just like a muscle, it can be trained, and step-downs do exactly that. If you've had knee problems in the past, this exercise may feel challenging at first. That's okay. Go slow, use support, and reduce the range of motion until you're confident. You can even begin by stepping down only halfway, tapping your heel to the floor before returning to the step. The key is control, not range. You're not trying to work harder, you're trying to work smarter. Let's also address a common mistake: letting your knee collapse inward as you step down. This puts strain on the joint and reduces muscle activation. Instead, focus on aligning your knee with your middle toe throughout the movement. This simple cue protects your knee and ensures proper muscle engagement. Here's a pro tip: use a mirror if possible. Watching your form helps correct alignment errors and keeps your movements honest. And if a mirror isn't available, try recording a short clip on your phone. Feedback is the fastest way to improve. Now, what makes this exercise truly game-changing is how closely it mimics real life. Every time you step off a curb, descend stairs, or even lower yourself into a seat, you're performing an eccentric action. Training this pattern directly gives you immediate, functional benefits. You'll start noticing it within weeks. More control on stairs, less knee discomfort, greater balance, and most importantly, more confidence. So don't skip this exercise. It's not just about muscles. It's about your safety, your ability to stay active, and your freedom to move through the world without hesitation. With consistent effort, step-downs with eccentric control can become your secret weapon against falls and instability. Add it to your routine today, and you'll be reinforcing the very foundation that supports every movement you make. Now you've learned the 3 simplest, safest, and most effective leg exercises every senior should be doing. Remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly on day 1. It's about showing up consistently, listening to your body, and celebrating small improvements. Leg strength is the foundation of independence. Whether it's walking across the room, climbing stairs, or simply standing with confidence, these movements matter, and you now have the tools to protect your body and stay strong for the long haul. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more free fitness content designed for adults over 60. Keep moving, keep growing, and remember, it's never too late to get stronger. Thank you for watching.